The most important thing that you are trying to demonstrate in your personal statement is your passion and love for the subject, and the fact you are committed to study it all the way through and you're not going to drop out. They're looking for real engagement in the subject. The first 50% or nearly 2/3 of your personal statement should be about your passion for the subject, what you know about it, what you've read about it, how it links to the course that you're studying, and why you think you're going to be good at it. What skills and capabilities do you have that's going to make you successful on that course? The second bit should be about your interests, hobbies and work experience and what achievements you have to date. It's really, really important to focus on achievements rather than just what you've done. So what did you learn? How well did you do? All of the things that make you individual. And don't be nervous to focus on some interests that are quite unusual. Talk about positions of responsibility, talk about things you've done in the community, talk about how you might contribute to university life. They're looking for people with passion and enthusiasm who are going to get engaged. Ideally, a personal statement will include some idea about a student's career aspirations, but not everybody knows them at this stage. If you do have some idea what you want to do and it has relevance to that subject, it can really add weight to an application. So include it towards the latter part in your conclusion, where you think that degree is going to take you and why you want to get there. I think it can be a good way to start to look at some previous examples of good personal statements. Be warned, there are some really bad examples of personal statements on lots of subjects online that you must not use as a reference point. Be careful to avoid any jokes or quotes. Often students think that's going to add credibility and substance to their statement, but actually it's not individual and it's really shunned by admissions tutors. The other thing to say is that the universities now use extensive plagiarism software when they're assessing personal statements. So you must make sure that every different sentence in your personal statement has not been copied from anything else, because it will be picked up and it will be rejected. Throughout writing your personal statement, it's very important to use evidence and examples of the points you're trying to make. So if you're writing about a characteristic or a trait, make sure you have evidence to demonstrate that you actually possess that characteristic. So each time you need to refer to something specific that proves you have that capability, that proves you have that skill, that proves you've done that work experience, make sure it's very credible. Ideally, use experiences that are very recent in your application. We often come across students who refer back to positions of responsibility at prep school or junior school, like being a head boy or a captain of a club sports team. If that was 6 years ago, it's totally irrelevant. Make sure you're talking about what you're doing today and talking about current experiences. It's great to get independent expert advice, and we can provide this very easily by telephone conversations, Skype conversations, or by face-to-face consultations if you prefer.